It's 8 something in the morning on Tuesday, June 30th. This is the same morning that I woke up with a strong premonition that my daughter Galena has been murdered, sacrificed to this group. Probably because they can't kill me, and the people that she surrounded herself with were part of this group and they were never for her, really. And if people in this group had any brain, they would realize that no one has any of their intent, like their good, really in mind, because you can't. It's a system setting you up to one day be the sacrifice. I think of two ladies I know whose husbands had died, and now I know that they're part of this group, and it's like, oh my God, y'all sacrificed Jim Hoskins. Marla is the wife. Jim died a number of years ago. Then also Larry Tate. Gina Tate is the wife. The wives are alive, their husbands are dead, and they're part of this group. So, sounds like murder to me. They've drank the blood and eaten whatever they wanted. And these people actually will, actually, we didn't actually lower him into the ground. It was a graveside service, but that supposedly gets done later. See, they have people in the funeral homes, and this is goes real deep. But they did expound my Ethan's body, so they do dig up graves. So I've always wondered, wars and stuff that we hear about are false. So much is just a show. But I've always wondered, coming up, when I would watch a certain movie, and maybe I don't know, maybe even old-fashioned movie set in an older time, which was also just propaganda. But anyway, if I'm watching a movie and it had someone where their buddies were dying one after another at war, how did they keep fighting? How did they keep going? Well, I know now. I know now. Even though I've already overcome these people on a spiritual level, it's because my daughter Galena had apparently gone against me and joined their group, which means she had to have done some pretty heinous things herself. She's not under any protection, and these people don't have the protection of their own spirit guides or ancestors. There is no protection for them, and I have to say, I'm coming fully around to agreeing with the spirit world that these people deserve no second chance, because just to think of them slaughtering my daughter and hacking off her limbs so they can get more blood to flow. I don't know exactly how they do it, but I can imagine, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting is such an understatement. There's probably no way I could really put into words. It's even for me to think about what they have done, it's so dehumanizing. I don't even want to have those thoughts. I don't want to even go there in my mind of how did they do this. She's probably this, she's probably that. And she told me she was pregnant, and she told me she had gotten married. She wouldn't tell me her last name. I don't know the boy. I don't even know the boy's last name. I don't even know if I know his first name, honestly, right now. But he will go down. It's probably him. But he's part of this bigger group, and the whole group is going down. So I will be vindicated. And this daughter was sorry. And Galena, if you're alive and I'm wrong, please. Please call me. Please. A text wouldn't quite serve proof enough, so that's why I say call. We don't have to have a conversation. If you don't want to talk, that's fine. But I'm being told to trust my intuition. It's really strong, and this is the way I would know that people were pregnant, that would happen over and over. I would just wake up knowing that one of these Mennonite ladies were pregnant, and I call one that I thought was my friend, Heidi Halteman, who's actually just a murderer, a serial murderer. But I called her once when this happened, and I'm like, are you by any chance pregnant? And she said, and they always put on such a fake front, but she was like, I just tested this morning, I'm not telling people. And I honored her. I didn't tell anybody that, I didn't like tell her secret. But I knew. And then it happened again with her sister Lori, I believe it was. But those kind of things have happened to me in my life. And anyway, this is real. Like, these people, even maybe they saw my post that I know my daughter is dead, but there's like a young lady, probably 18 or 20, standing at Kroger this morning. She's like watches over the self-checkout, but she just looked at me in such a way like these people are so heartless. Like, they'll kill my daughter just because, right? And like, they kill all these children that they're sacrificing all the time, and all these other innocent people. It's adults too, but they kill my daughter wasn't innocent, but they kill these innocent people all the time just so that they can present as upright people, just so they can have that false front to the world that I'm good, when they really are just despicable people who've, like I said before, they've done no inner work, but they also have not allowed the natural things that would come to any person. I've had more than my share because of magic and hexes and all these kind of things, but you lose something close to you. Pain strikes in some way, and it has the ability to shape and change you for good, even though those things are really hard to walk through. But these people slaughter others so they don't have to experience, but they will now. Karma's hitting you like a motherfucking bitch, and I'm not the least bit sorry. And even just 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was crying for y'all and wanting y'all to be sorry. And I was being told, like, these people aren't gonna be here. And I was like, but why? And now I get it. Like, to do this, you have to be soulless. These people, they may have had worth and like the propensity for, for good, for something non-destructive earlier in their lives. But once you start doing the pedophilia and the sacrificing, the murdering innocent people, murdering anybody, but just, it's like you lose your soul. You might gain whatever you gain. Some of the people are gaining fame. Beyonce, Oprah, examples. There's a lot of that. On lesser levels, there's a lot of that too. You might open your art museum. There's a lady who works as a fill-in for the storage place, and her name is Corey, and she was talking to me one day. I was not aware that all these people were part of this group, so I was still being friendly to people. I've always been an outgoing and friendly person. I was making conversation with the fill-in when I had gone in there in the office one day, and ended up finding out she is an artist and she paints like oil paintings. They weren't very good at all, but that's not the point. And I never would have even thought to say that, but it's the truth. But she made an odd comment that only was odd when I got the nitty-gritty several days later. She said she had chosen not to have children and that she loved her art more than children. And when she said it, I thought to myself, and I think I even said, well, like, that's okay. Everybody wants to have children, I mean, I might have felt like she was missing out or whatever, but here's the thing. I thought it was just a personal decision, like, and no one has to have children, right? Here's the download I got several days later. It was after I was being told that it's like every single adult I'm coming in contact with, it's all of Virginia. It goes into the whole world, but it's not the whole world though, but it's all of Virginia, adult-wise. And the download or the understanding that was opened up to me was that what she was saying between the lines is that her, if you want to say what she was willing to sell her soul for, but her dream was to have an art gallery. Her dream was to be an artist. And she got that dream off the backsides of children. She slaughters children so she could have her dream. Meanwhile, she just works at extra space as a office manager. So, you know, like the girl today who's looking at me a funny way as if, yeah, we killed your daughter. You know, like she just works at Kroger for I don't know how much an hour, but it can't be more than, it's probably not even 15 an hour. So like, I don't know, these people have really sold themselves out because yes, there are the Oprahs of the world who for a time appeared to have everything, but they will have everything taken from them, as well as the Mennonites, very rich. They didn't maybe want the fame the way that most people do, but they definitely are greedy and wanted lots of riches, and they wanted the kind of fame that's more like more like that household name or that understanding of like, oh, those people, those are those one plain people, they're so quaint and loving and wonderful. And you know, think of the little Amish schoolhouse where the 7 or was however many children it was that were killed by a sex pervert. Think now that was all planned and he was one of them, and they ate their own children. Then they went on the public media, which is controlled by the system, and they were like, we forgive for Jesus' sake, you know, or whatever, or however they said it. It's all this huge scam, scheming. It's disgusting. So these people are like so dangerous. There's no way I should be alive except for divine intervention and divine protection. And I have been told I will get back my younger innocent children, and I believe the only way that they can be kept safe when they're with such a dangerous person, which is their dad, who never has loved any of them. He doesn't know how to love. He doesn't know what love is, and he is very dangerous. Galena would have told me, Galena, the one I believe now has been killed, Galena would have told me the last time we talked that her dad would hang up on her whenever she would try to call, and that he was mad at her. And I was just like, what? Like, that just sounds ridiculous. I mean, that sounds, I would say childish, but once again, we can say childish and it's really just putting a bad name on children, because it's just, this is a 54-year-old man hanging up on his 18-year-old daughter because what? She said no to being his sex slave anymore and moved out? Probably, that's what it was, I believe. So my children that are still living with this person, who's obviously a complete maniac, going under, you know, this false persona, using other people's energy and presenting outwardly as if he's fine. But he's probably really losing it at this point because he has very little energy sources, which are my children that are still at home, unfortunately. And this is through molestation and things like rage baiting or just aggravating them on purpose and getting a sick pleasure out of it. So if my children are presented to me in the future, it will be because and only because of divine intervention and divine protection, which I believe is the case for these younger four. Uriah, I believe, also has defected like Galena, and I don't know that he's dead, and I would hope that he can come back from whatever. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe he hasn't done, I don't know. And I think he somehow is being molested by one of his teachers at school. That was what I was being told recently. So it really just depends on if he became a perpetrator or not, but I hope not. But this is real deep and real dark and real dangerous. And it is a game to them. And these people are all going down. I've gotten confirmation after confirmation, and I'm a very kind and loving person, which is how they were able to manipulate me so much through the years when I did not know about boundaries, or when I thought I was supposed to die daily for Jesus. That was a huge part of it. But because it wasn't like I didn't have a brain or any understanding, and I was never codependent. These are actually the codependent people. The ones who are saying you're codependent, they're codependent. The ones that are saying you need mental drugs or mental help, they're the ones who really need it. It's all gaslighting techniques on a huge mega scale. All of these things are going to be coming out into the public. Everything that's ever been done to me and to so many people. There's so many bodies we're going to be finding. Once again, this is June 30th, 2026.